The secret to learning English without stress. Have you ever wanted to speak English like a native, but felt that it was too difficult or too slow? Maybe you tried studying grammar rules or long vocabulary lists, but you still couldn't speak confidently. If that sounds like you, then listen closely, because this story is about to change everything. Let me tell you something important. English is not only a subject to study. It is a language to live. And you can live in English without stress, without fear, and without long boring study sessions. I know this is true because I've seen it work again and again. And now, I want to share this simple, natural way with you. My name is Ben. I help people learn English without textbooks. Yes, you heard that right, no textbooks, no painful lessons. Just real English, every day, step by step. In this story, I'll show you how you can do the same. But first, let's begin with something powerful, your mindset. If you believe that learning English is hard, then it will feel hard. But if you believe that learning English can be simple and fun, then everything changes. English becomes something you enjoy, not something you fear. Now let me tell you a story. 5 years ago, I met a young man named Marco. He was from Italy. He wanted to speak English, but he hated studying. He had tried many books and online lessons. He still could not speak well. He felt stuck. One day, he asked me, "Ben, is there an easier way?" "Yes," I said. "But it's different from what you've tried." I told Marco to stop studying grammar. Stop memorizing. Stop worrying about mistakes. Instead, I said, listen to English every day. Speak English every day. Don't try to be perfect. Just try to understand and enjoy. Marco was surprised. But he trusted me. So he tried. He started listening to English podcasts every morning, just 15 minutes while he made coffee. He watched English TV shows with subtitles. He talked to himself in English when he was alone. He even changed his phone to English. And something magical happened. After just 1 month, he started to feel more confident. After 2 months, he could understand most conversations. After 3 months, he was speaking fluently with people online. And he never studied grammar rules. You see, Marco stopped learning English like a school subject. He started living in English. And that's the secret. That's what we call effortless English. Now, maybe you're wondering, can I do this too? Yes. You can. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be rich. You don't need hours of free time. You just need the right method, a little bit of daily practice, and a smile on your face. In the next part of the story, I'll tell you exactly how to make English part of your everyday life, without stress. But before we continue, I want to give you something small to try today. Right now, think of 3 things you love. Say them out loud in English. I love music. I love chocolate. I love learning. That's it. You just spoke English. Simple, right? Don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of the process. Even native speakers make them. Remember this, fluency is not about perfection. It's about connection. It's about using your words to express your ideas. So if you're ready, let's keep going. You're about to discover a new way to learn English, one that feels natural, exciting, and easy. How to learn English every day, without studying. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning. You brush your teeth. You make your coffee. And as you do these small things, you're learning English. Not from a textbook. Not from a grammar app. Just by listening. Yes, that's right. One of the best ways to learn English is to listen to it every day. This is exactly what my friend Marco did. He didn't study rules. He didn't do homework. He simply surrounded himself with English, just like children do when they learn their first language. You might be thinking, but how can I do that? I don't live in an English-speaking country. Don't worry. You don't need to. Today, English is everywhere. You can bring English into your life no matter where you are. Start small. Play a podcast while you wash dishes. Watch a short video in English when you're on the bus. Change your phone settings to English. Put a sticky note on your mirror with a new English word each day. These small actions may seem simple, but they are powerful. Why? Because they help your brain get used to the sound and rhythm of English. You begin to understand the meaning of words and phrases, without translation. Now let's talk about speaking. Many learners are afraid to speak. They think, what if I make a mistake, or what if someone laughs at me? Let me tell you a secret. Everyone makes mistakes. That's how we learn. If you want to speak English well, you need to start speaking now, even if it's just to yourself. This is what Marco did. He spoke to himself in English while walking. He described what he was doing. He said things like, I am walking to the shop. It's a sunny day. I will buy some fruit. Simple words, simple sentences, but powerful practice. He also used a technique called shadowing. Have you heard of it? Shadowing means you listen to someone speaking English and repeat what they say, immediately. You try to copy their pronunciation, speed, and tone. It's like being an actor in a play. You're training your mouth and your ears at the same time. Marco did this with English videos on YouTube. At first, it was hard. But after 2 weeks, his pronunciation improved. His sentences sounded smoother. He began to speak faster and more naturally. You can do it too. Just choose a short video or podcast. Listen, pause, repeat. Don't worry if it's not perfect. The goal is to get better little by little. There's something else you can do to improve even faster. Think in English. That's right, don't just speak English, think in English. For example, if you want to say, I'm hungry, don't translate it from your language. Just say it directly in English in your mind. At first, it may feel strange. But with time, it becomes easy. Marco also used this method. He told me, at first, I said everything in Italian in my head. But I started to push myself. I tried to say simple things in English in my mind. It's cold. I'm tired. I like this coffee. After a few weeks, it felt natural. Thinking in English helps you speak faster. You don't waste time translating. You just speak. And that's how fluency grows. Now you know the 3 powerful tools. Listening to English every day. Speaking, even if it's only to yourself. Thinking in English as much as possible. These are the habits of people who learn English effortlessly. They don't study hard for hours. They just use English every day, like a natural part of life. But here's one more secret. Have fun. If you enjoy English, you'll want to use it more. So do what you love, in English. Do you like music? Listen to songs in English. Do you enjoy cooking? Watch English recipes on YouTube. Do you play games? Change the language settings to English. When you connect English with the things you enjoy, learning becomes easy. It becomes fun. And when learning is fun, you learn faster. Marco loved reading comic books. So he found English comic books online. At first, he didn't understand every word. But he understood the story. And that was enough. Every page gave him new words, new phrases, new confidence. You can do the same. Find what you love. Do it in English. Because in the end, English is not about grammar. It's about people. It's about life. It's about expressing who you are. So make English your friend. Invite it into your day. Talk to it, listen to it, laugh with it. And little by little, you will see a change. You'll stop feeling like a student. You'll start feeling like a speaker. And that's when the magic begins. The day I became fluent without knowing it. 3 months after Marco began his new way of learning, something amazing happened. He called me with excitement in his voice. Ben, he said. Today, something strange happened. I was on the train, and I heard 2 tourists speaking English. I understood everything. He paused. And I didn't even try to understand. I just did. This is the moment every learner dreams about. When you don't try to understand, but you do. When you don't worry about grammar or vocabulary, but you still speak and listen with confidence. This is the moment when you stop being a student, and you become a real user of the language. But how did Marco get there? What made that happen? The answer is simple. He made English part of his life. He didn't treat English like a subject. He treated it like food. Like music. Like a friend he spoke to every day. And his brain, without stress, did the rest. You can reach that moment too. Let me show you how. Start by making English visible. Put it around you. Put it in your eyes and ears every day. Change your phone and computer to English. Follow English speakers on social media. Watch movies or shows with English subtitles. Write your to-do list in English. These are easy habits. You don't need more time. You just need to switch the language of what you already do. Next, speak out loud. Even if you are alone. Talk to yourself. Yes, really. Talk to yourself. Say, I'm cooking dinner now. Or, I will go to the store. Or, I'm tired, but I want to keep learning. It may feel strange at first. But this is how your brain starts thinking in English. Want a secret trick? Narrate your life. It means, say what you're doing, as you're doing it. For example, I'm putting on my shoes. I'm leaving the house now. I see a red car. It's fast. Simple. Yes. But powerful. You're connecting English to real life. And that makes the words stick in your brain. Marco used this trick every morning. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm washing my face. I'm making coffee. In just a few days, his sentences became faster. In a few weeks, they felt automatic. And when English feels automatic, it becomes easy. Here's something else. If you want to sound more natural, start imitating native speakers. This is called shadowing. It's one of the fastest ways to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. Find a short video or podcast. Play a sentence. Pause. Repeat it exactly. Try to copy how the speaker talks. The tone. The emotion. The speed. It's like learning music. You don't learn music by reading a book. You learn it by listening and repeating. Do this for just 5 minutes a day. You'll notice the difference in a week. Now, let's talk about fear. One big reason learners stop speaking is fear. Fear of mistakes. Fear of judgment. Fear of sounding wrong. Let me tell you something that will help you forever. Everyone sounds wrong at the beginning. That's okay. That's normal. That's how we grow. Imagine a baby learning to walk. She falls. She wobbles. But she doesn't say, I'll never walk. No, she gets up and tries again. You must do the same. Speak. Make mistakes. Laugh. Learn. Try again. You will get better, not by being perfect, but by being brave. Marco told me once, my biggest progress came after my worst mistake. He was at a cafe and asked the waiter for a chicken coffee, instead of a chicken sandwich. The waiter laughed. Marco laughed too. And they started talking. In the end, Marco got the sandwich, and a new friend. So don't be afraid to mess up. Every mistake is a step forward. Now, let's add one final piece to your learning routine, consistency. It doesn't matter if you study for 1 hour or 5 minutes. What matters is that you do it every day. Even 5 minutes of English each day is better than 2 hours once a week. Marco made this rule, no 0 days. That means he did something with English every day. Even if it was just listening to one short video, or reading one English message. Why is this important? Because language is like a muscle. You need to use it regularly to keep it strong. If you stop, it becomes weak again. So make English part of your day. Not your whole day, just a part of it. Wake up. Listen to English. Cooking. Speak out loud. Tired? Watch a funny English video. Alone. Think in English. Do this again and again. And one day, like Marco, you'll realize something powerful. You're not learning English anymore. You're living it. You're already on the way. After 6 months, Marco had become someone new. He wasn't just someone who wanted to speak English. He was someone who spoke English. Naturally. Confidently. Every day. One evening, he called me again. This time, he spoke only in English. Ben, he said, English used to be a dream. Now it's part of my life. I watch films without subtitles. I talk to tourists in my city. I read books. I even think in English now, without trying. I smiled. And the best part, he added. I never felt tired. I never felt bored. I never studied hard. I just lived it. That's the goal. Not to fight the language. Not to suffer through long hours of study. But to bring the language into your life, one piece at a time. With joy. With energy. With purpose. Now let me ask you, how do you feel about your English today? Maybe you feel slow. Maybe you're unsure. Maybe you don't know how to begin. That's okay. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to make progress. Just speak. Just listen. Just try. Just show up each day and do a little more. You are already on the path. You're already learning. This story, this moment, right now, is part of your journey. But let's be practical. Let me give you a few more tips to keep you going strong. Tip 1, celebrate small wins. Did you understand a sentence in a podcast today? Celebrate. Did you say your first sentence without translating in your head? Celebrate. Every win counts. The small wins are the steps that build your fluency. Tip 2, use what you love. Learning should feel like music, not like math. If you love fashion, watch fashion videos in English. If you love food, follow English cooking channels. If you love football, watch interviews with your favorite English-speaking players. When you love the topic, you forget that you're learning. You're just enjoying. That's where the magic happens. Tip 3, be patient. Fluency takes time, but not as much as you think. If you stay consistent, you'll see big changes in a few months. But it won't happen in 1 week. Don't rush. Don't compare yourself to others. You are running your own race. Marco didn't learn everything in 1 day. He started with one small thing. Then another. And another. That's how fluency grows. Tip 4, speak, even if no one is listening. Some days, you may have no one to talk to. That's okay. Talk to yourself. Look around and say what you see. Say what you're thinking. Say what you want to do. It might feel strange at first. But it works. Marco once told me, the first person I ever spoke English with was me. Now he speaks with people all over the world. And finally, tip 5, trust yourself. You are capable. You have already taken the most important step, you started. You're here. You're learning. You're growing. And that's what matters. Even if no one sees it yet, you are becoming fluent. Quietly. Slowly. Beautifully. Let me end this story with one last thought. English is not just a language. It's a bridge. It's a way to meet people. To open doors. To tell your story. To hear someone else's. The more you use English, the more you connect with the world. So don't wait. Don't worry. Don't stop. Speak. Smile. Try. Learn. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Marco did it. Now it's your turn. Welcome to the new way of learning. Welcome to your English life. Thank you for listening to this lesson. If you liked it, write about it in the comments and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new lessons.